Hey guys, it's Kayleigh. In today's video, I am going to show you my top 10 makeup palettes that are from my makeup collection. So these are the ones that I feel like I use the most and that I really love. So today I wanted to share them with you guys. And if you have favorite palettes, ones that are totally different than mine, I want to know which ones that you guys really love. So put in the comment section which one it is and tell me why you love it, because I love trying new palettes and I know you guys will probably like to see what other palettes out there are good to try too. So go ahead and put your favorite palettes down in the comments and please give this video a thumbs up if you end up liking it, and let's go ahead and get started with the video. My first favorite is the Cheek Parade palette. This is from Benefit Cosmetics. And the reason why I like this one so much is because they actually decided to put together 5 of their best-selling blushes and bronzers all together in one place, and I really love that because I actually have these all individually. They take up a lot of room, inside my makeup drawer, so this is nice to have because it's all of them in one place and it is full-sized, every single product in here. So it comes with the Hoola bronzer, the original, Hoola Light, which is just slightly lighter, which I really like to use as a bronzer all over. This one's really great for contouring. And then you have California, which is one of their newer blushes. It's like a golden pink. I love Dandelion as well. It's like a baby pink. And then you have Rocketeer, which is a rose gold. So what I actually like to do is mix some of these shades together. My favorite is to mix Dandelion and Rocketeer. It just creates a really beautiful kind of mixture of pinkish rose gold highlight. But I really like this palette. It smells good and it's just nice to have, all of them in one place. So I love it. I use it a lot and I always have it out. So the next palette that I wanted to show you guys that I really love is from Modern Renaissance. Sorry, it's not from Modern Renaissance. It's called Modern Renaissance. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is one of the most best-selling palettes of all time. Everybody wants this palette if they don't already have it. And I totally understand why, because it really is that amazing. It comes with 14 eyeshadows that range from neutral to berry tones. And personally for me, mixing those two kind of tones together is one of my most favorite eyeshadow looks to do. I love the color range that is in here. They're all very highly pigmented, but I have to say what I love most about them is the formula. They are so smooth and creamy. I mean, these are the best eyeshadows for blending onto your eye, blending together. They really do just go on so effortlessly and so easily. I also really like that they're long lasting too. Like, you never have to worry about these eyeshadows creasing or fading whatsoever. You put these babies on and they will last you through the whole day. So this is called the Smashbox Cover Shot Eye Palette. It was really hard for me to choose only one because I really do love the entire collection, but this one is probably my most used. It's in matte, so it's the matte eye palette. It comes with, this is actually a really good deal by the way, it comes with 8 shadows for under $30. So what you get with this one is you have warm neutrals and then you have over here cool toned mauves. But what's really nice about this palette is that you get this really dark, deep matte black, and that is something that I always love in an eyeshadow palette, because a black eyeshadow will instantly make your eye look way more dramatic just by adding that in, to the outer corner or along the lower lash line. Usually what I do when I wear shadows from this palette is I'll just pick and choose one side. So I'll use shadows from here if I'm doing a more neutral look, or if I want to do a more cooler tone look, I'll just pick shadows from here on this side. Love the texture of these eyeshadows as well. They are incredibly smooth and soft and velvety almost. And it just really makes for a great kind of on-the-go palette. It's very convenient. It's small, so you can take it with you. I actually have them on display because I really like this little holographic cover. Tartelette In Bloom palette. This is from Tarte. I have loved this for so long. I mean, this really has been a staple in my makeup collection. 12 eyeshadows in here. 3 lusters, and all the rest, all the other 9 shades are matte. So if you're the kind of person that loves to work with crease eyeshadows, then you are going to love this palette because there's just a ton to choose from. And that's something that I do a lot, where I actually don't even use shades on my eyelid. I just solely like to work in my crease and my outer corner area and my lower lash line, just really smoke things out. And so that's when I'll use a palette like this. I typically like to take this with me if I'm like going somewhere somewhere special, if I'm going on vacation, you know, if I'm gonna be going out a lot, just because it is the most perfect palette for creating a smoky eye. So the eyeshadows in here are made with mineral pigments that help to soothe and soften the skin, but it's also infused with Amazonian clay, which is a natural ingredient that helps the eyeshadows to last longer, to lay more evenly on the eye, and to just in general blend better together. So it's very different than any other eyeshadow palette that I have because the eyeshadows are just so incredibly soft and creamy. So definitely one to pick up. Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette. I love this one so much. It doesn't even close because I've used it so much that it just like, oh my gosh, it's kind of staying. Not really. I love this palette because it's one of the most truest color eyeshadows, that makes sense. Like when I pick up a certain shade in here, it's gonna look exactly as it does in the pan on my eyelid, and that's something that I really appreciate. Can't tell you how annoying it is using eyeshadows that they look one way in the palette and then you go to apply it on your eye and it's like completely different, like a completely different color. But this palette will never do that to you. It has a lot of caramels in here, really nice chocolate shades, both dark and light eyeshadows. You have shimmer and matte, and there's also some really nice like bronzy kind of gold shades too, and then this awesome little pop of color, this little blueberry shade right there. But this comes with 16 shadows and they're all infused with antioxidant rich cocoa powder, which has a lot of benefits. Mainly for the eyeshadows is it basically just helps to, you know, hydrate, and it also is a mood booster. So if, you know, you're having a bad day and you just want to smell a little bit of chocolate, it's supposed to enhance your mood and, you know, make you happier. So it doesn't do that to me or anything, not that I notice when I use this palette, but it definitely is one of my most used. This is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. So you can get this at Target and it goes for $10. I thought I was gonna burp. It goes for $10. So basically each eyeshadow is like $1. It is an extremely good deal. And not only that, but whenever you get a good deal on things, sometimes I feel like the quality just kind of like diminishes, you know, but not with this palette whatsoever. I mean, this palette gives a lot of my higher end shadow palettes a run for their money. Like this is so good. Every time I pick it up, I'm always so surprised at how highly pigmented the shadows are. I mean, they blend great onto the eye. They're very smooth. And actually one of my most favorite things to do with this palette is use these darker browns right here as shadows to fill in my eyebrows. Next is the Pixi Get the Look It's Eye Time palette. Also, you can get this at Target. This was created by It's Judy Time. It's one of those collaboration palettes. I really like this one because the shadows are just so gorgeous. They are so beautiful. And it actually really does remind me of the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. So obviously there's some more like red tones in this one, but there are a lot of similar shades that pretty much work exactly the same. My favorite thing to do with this palette is to actually mix some of these shades together. So I'll do like this one and this one together, or this one and this one together, and then I will pick one of these shimmer shades to use on my eyelid, and then one of these darker shades in the outer corner. So it's really easy to work with. I mean, you have everything right here that you need to create a full eye look. BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight 6 Color Palette. So these are some of the most gorgeous highlighters that I have ever come across, and this is actually very new to me. I have like just recently this past week started using it, and it seriously blows away any of my other highlight palettes that I have. I mean, it's just that good. Really cheap. I believe it's like around $16 for these 6 highlighters right here. And what I love is how universally flattering these are, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this could work on most skin tones. You have like this really nice ivory, it goes into some coppery kind of gold shades, and then some more like pearlescent pinks down here. These are very bold. They are insanely striking. I mean, if you really want a highlighter that's going to reflect and be really bright on your face, then this is the palette that I would go for right here. I'm actually wearing the shade Glow on my cheekbones today. I have not tried the ABH glow kits before, but I actually have been hearing from a lot of people that this palette right here is like a dupe for those and that it's actually better. So I don't know if that's true because I've never tried them before, but so far, I mean, this is probably my best highlighter palette that I own. When I'm doing like my natural makeup look, what I like to do is use this palette. It is the Beautifully Bare Total Face palette from e.l.f. Cosmetics. So it comes with a nice mirror, by the way, which is awesome. $8 for this palette right here, 4 shades. So you've got a highlighter, a bronzer, and 2 blushes. They are so, they give this really nice, subtle, soft kind of dimension to your face. So these right here, one of them is a little bit more peachy, one of them is a little bit more pink, but I actually like to mix them together, apply them on top of my cheekbone. I'll work this highlight also on my cheekbone, and then I'll just blend this really light bronzer through the outer corners of my face. I just love that it gives a very healthy, you know, flush of color to where it doesn't look like you're wearing a whole ton of makeup. The shades in here are very, very lightweight. I mean, it pretty much feels like you're wearing nothing. You know, it has like that weightless feel where it doesn't look like you're wearing anything, and it also doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. So yep, I love this one too. My last favorite that rounds out the top 10 is this Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Palette. So it comes with 4 shades. They're all cream. And it's really nice because I have mine in the shade 30, by the way. Concealer, a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. I use them all at the same time on my face if I'm doing a look. And actually what's really nice about them is they pretty much blend in right as you apply them on. They just like sink right into the skin. A little goes a long way with these. They are pretty pigmented, but they're just so lightweight and smooth and silky that as soon as you put it on your skin, they just melt right in. It's like the coolest thing ever. You barely, I mean, barely have to work them in. Like it's just pretty much as soon as you put them on, it's just like bam. With a lot of creams, not only are they like so hard to blend out, but also I feel like they don't last that long and they start to fade, and then you can kind of see your skin underneath. You don't get that with these. Like as soon as you put it on your face, it'll stay there. It is very long lasting formula, and that's something that I definitely appreciate. Also, another thing I wanted to add is the formula of these is not sticky. It's actually very smooth. So it kind of just feels like butter. Pretty much just feels like you're putting butter on your face. Alright guys, so that is it for my top 10 favorite makeup palettes. I do want to know what your favorites are, so please don't forget to put them in the comment section down below, and also tell me why. So tell me which palette you love the most and why. Or if you guys actually have used or tried or love any of the palettes I talked about today, then let me know in the comments too. But that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!